Good evening to you. I hope that you're well. As the title suggests, I'm here to offload a heavy heart and support anyone who may be feeling the same. Um, I find it pretty ironic that I'm showing up in this mood and at this time after the video I just recently posted, um, titled Feeling Like Shit and Yapping About It. While I was feeling that way on this day, there's something like incrementally heavier about the way that I'm feeling today, so that I'm not as like lighthearted. I'm not even clear on what my intention is, other than to support and maybe relate. Um, so I woke up immediately in a real cloud, and it was very scary. And in taking it to my altar, I faced that fear by trying to use my inner voice to actively say, everything is okay, you're safe, all is well, you're fine. And I suppose my inner child, which I guess I've been wearing a lot, especially lately, kept responding to say, no, I'm not safe. I'm not okay. I'm actually not okay. And I needed to, it was a lot of um, intensity sitting with those combating feelings within me and trying to come to a resolve of calm. I still haven't really, but something that that voice held strong was that it said, I'll always be here. And so that is the one, that's the frequency that has helped, if anything. The fact that there is a larger, greater, kind, loving force that is directing everything, and we can trust it. I actually managed to cut through everything and tried to pinpoint some affirmation that would work for me. So I'll share it, and yeah, you can let me know if it works for you, if it makes sense. It's very far-fetched. When it landed, I was like, what? So the affirmation is, I surrender to my will, that which is also yours. We are one. And then I went on further to say, my will is that of unconditional love, truth, and absolute surrender to the moment. Even my body, I surrender my body to the moment, because I've been feeling so insane physically. I've been feeling so intense physically that I've been getting insane sensations that have honestly convinced me by now that I should probably go see a doctor. But I also don't want to go see a doctor. And these opposing feelings, it's insane. I've got this huge panicky voice inside of me saying, I need help. I need to go see, I need to rely on the system that is so visibly disappointing us right now. That has so visibly disappointed us throughout history, actually. Well, not throughout history, but I have to go rely on the system I do not trust. Try to exist in a world I do not trust. Try to be fearless in the face of things that are very terrifying for me. Like, so in trying to connect those two things and pray that my will Yeah, thank you, Pearl. Hey, I hope you're good. I hope you're good. Or like, whatever, as good as you can be right now. In affirming that my will and the will of this greater force that I have to trust because I actually don't know what else to do, uniting those two things, I figure is the answer to try to empower myself so that I stop feeling like a victim, because I'm still feeling that like everything is confusing. I don't know what to do. And if it doesn't work out, then I'm actually totally fucked. um yeah. But I'm trying, I think the answer to this is to try to empower myself and really command my reality and make it so and embody it so. Like, yes, everything is going to be okay. So I need to sit like everything's going to be okay. I need to communicate and do this live like everything's going to be okay. So, yeah. How is everyone feeling? If you're watching this after the stream, how are you feeling as you're watching this? What are these times, man? What are these times? I think part of why today was so insane was because we may be tapping into the global dread. Around me, not everyone seems to be too plugged into the whole American inauguration, everything that happened there. But I do feel like on a global level, whether or not we're paying attention to it, we are affected by that and that collective, and it all trickles down. We're all connected and we're all affecting each other. And yeah, I don't know. I want to pull these cards. I'll pray on this moment now with the intention to bring all of our angels into the room, knowing how we feel, knowing what's going on in our hearts. Please talk to us. Talk to us, yeah. Just have some things to say. I've actually like noted some of the things that that I was processing today, and I pretty much talked about everything. But there's a last point I tapped out that says to truly accommodate change, we need to truly and finally release what was. Yeah, there is a very huge shift, and we're very lucky to be aware of it. If you are someone who's aware of how intense it is to be alive and the kind of things we're facing and how we are at such an intensely pivotal point in history. It's it's unheard of. It's unlike anything to be alive right now. It's unlike anything. I thought to try to compare it to something, but there's truly nothing like being alive in 2025 and beyond. It's crazy. Also, as a disclaimer, my son is behind me. Might wake up, might be moody, may have to pause, or but the king of rods. The king of rods. I was mentioning earlier, I beg your pardon, that part of my heavy heart this morning was really surrendering to the magnitude of the changes that we're going through right now. Everything is changing so drastically that we really will not be able to look around and see familiarity. It's it's a totally new world now, and we have to say goodbye to even things that we may have liked to keep or get back. I mentioned on Twitter there are so many things that I'd like to get back. So many people. Hey, so many people I wish could come back from the dead, and just like if we could just rewind and like make some things not happen. But anyway, yeah, the heartbreak of all of that, of needing to really let that go and be honest about how that's not going to come back. It's very, very heavy. We're doing a lot of work right now. So I'm going to read this. I get the sense, I mean, this is the general vibe, right? The birds, and the overcastness, the intensity of his face. This is the King of Rods, which is effectively the King of Wands. The paragraph says, so in all honesty as well, just as a disclaimer, I'm not really, I'm still finding my way around interpreting the minor arcana of tarot. Yeah, no, that's it. I'm still finding my way around interpreting this part. But so it says the King of Rods has grounded his air energy and has thus doubled his power. He is a potent creative figure, his staff symbolizing. Sorry, I also would like to apologize. I rewatched my last live and I speak really fast when I read these things. I'm going to slow down. His staff symbolizing his inner vision. He has dedicated his life to a search for self awareness and inner strength. You may find him perceptive, intuitive, keenly self aware, a charismatic leader, inspiring and genuine. However, if negatively aspected, he may be enigmatic and arrogant, so sure of his own judgment that he becomes unreachable. His charisma, then, is a convincing, calculated act to reel his audience in. This is interesting. A sense of mystic connection with both earth and air. Instinctive grasp of human and animal nature. A decision maker, business, or creative person who leads from the front, inspiring, decisive, clear, perceptive, the ability to listen and clarify. A need to connect with your wild, intuitive wisdom. The minute I read that last sentence, I thought of that book, Women Who Run with the Wolves. There's a chapter that I love to reference from time to time that talks about the ugliness of well, it specifically talks about the ugliness of women, but I think what I'm feeling here is, I guess, the ugliness of emotion, which is to say, the rawness of it, how scary it is. I guess maybe how, okay, I'm receiving now how intimidating it is to have to believe in God and to have to have faith in the unseen and the unknown. We're really in unexplored territory here. Like, outside of the fact that everything physical is burning down, those of us who are choosing to interact with the burning down by looking at the in between, at the unseen, trying to focus on the inner world, like, that is really brave stuff. We are God's strongest soldiers. We really are. Like, we really, really are. So I get the sense that this is us. Even though we are feeling low, it feels like there's a really potent opportunity to create something out of this, to do something. But again, I feel so low right now that I actually don't understand what I just said. I don't understand. I don't understand how to alchemize this feeling. I know that art is possible, creating is possible. I mean, showing up for this live is the best that I could do. But it feels like there's more for us to do, for all of us as a collective. There's more than I'm receiving. There's something about unlocking our potential, but okay, unlocking our potential. Have fun. We need to figure out how to be. This is interesting. We need to figure out how to be our inner child, but like the happier version. Yeah, because we probably all had tough childhoods. So it's like we've been given a chance to reimagine that. Reimagine ourselves if we had a happy childhood. Who would we be if we had the ideal happy childhood that, or the ideal happy past that we're trying to heal from? We're doing a lot of shadow work right now. And the deepest, gunkiest kind, the one that paralyzes you and makes you want to not wash and not eat and not do anything. The one that can drive you to that point. Clarification on this. So with justice, I'm immediately receiving that we are getting like a reset. We're getting a reset in that sense. We're getting the opportunity to heal our literal soul. To heal our literal soul. So maybe if you yeah, I keep drawing to draw more. You should draw more. We should do more art. We should be expressing ourselves. We should be writing and be super creative, like writing poems and stuff. That'd be cute. When last did you write a poem? When last did I even like interact with a poem like that? Poem? So yeah, if we can, we should write a poem or write a song about how we're feeling. Yeah, I guess I couldn't find that within me because I just think I still think that it's too cheesy, especially with something with a feeling so heavy. But who knows? Who knows the kind of healing that could come from something like that? Yeah, we're dealing with the frequency of lack right now. We're trying to work with all the blockages of our manifestations, but I feel like that's something that we all say, all of us, the whole lot of us just repeat that stuff. So I don't know. Can you see how scared this person's face is? And the hollowness of their eyes? And just, I don't know, it just feels so empty the way he's clinging to the coin like that. There's a lot of pain here, a lot of anxiety, a lot of nervousness. We're really stressed out. Kuzolunga, hey. Kuzolunga. For real. For real. Feels like we're almost there. The ending of this month is very serious. It feels like we're not allowed to go into the new month the same. I was also reading online that the human design, according to human design, the new year is actually today or tomorrow, one of the two. And their claim is that that's why the vibes have been feeling this way, that we're ending off last year still. So hopefully by the end of this week, excuse me, by the end of this week or by the end of the week that this is being watched, everything will feel better. Everything will feel changed. Yeah, cool. Yeah, we're really working our way through. I'll read on this because it feels like this is also an energy that we're embodying. This is the Queen of Swords. And this is what we're working. I mean, this is us literally working. And I'd like to point out that this person is fit. They're holding on to the like they're holding on really well. They look like they're making it. The background is pretty. It's yellow. It seems hopeful. You know what I mean? We're good. We're good. Even though it definitely doesn't feel like we are. We're good. So I'm going to read the Queen of Swords interpretation because I think that I enjoy the way they describe the archetype of this card. So it says, the fire within. Highly intelligent and complex, the Queen of Swords is accustomed to being in command. Direct and focused, she can be difficult and at times baleful. Passionate yet self disciplined, she considers her incisive intellect as her major talent. The Queen has learned wisdom the hard way, as shown by a certain sadness and distance in her demeanor. You may see her as arrogant, self righteous, but under that there is an innate sense of justice and a deep kindness. The Queen is able to highlight people's hidden agendas with knife point precision. She is often intolerant and impatient, with a vicious wit perhaps caused by unresolved anger. She takes no prisoners and will cut friendships without compunction, perhaps regretting it later. A highly intelligent, effective, disciplined woman, self sufficient and independent, with subtle and keen mind. Clear thinking and analytical, she cuts to the chase. Intolerant and aware of the foibles of others, she often expects more from herself than from those around her. Needs a purpose, a cause, often a loner, can sometimes be the other woman. That last sentence, every time I read it, I'm like, oh my God, the other woman. So while I was reading that, I felt to mention that if that we should look into how to heal suppressed anger. I definitely have an issue with that. So much so that it has actually caused me to be like physically ill. I feel the painful sensations in my body. You know that thing of how they talk about how that kind of emotion, the suppression and the pressing of those kinds of emotions manifests physically. Definitely did that with me, and and I'm paying for it really. And I'm still honestly, I'm still trying to figure out to how to how to unpack all of that, because I've always thought that the reason for the fact that I'm not an angry person is because of the fact that I'm processing the anger, but it turns out I'm suppressing it deeply, so well that I seem to have tricked myself. So there's a lot of work. We should rely on meditation as well, but I think that ties into what I'd mentioned earlier about how we should be more expressive, artsy, write poems, stuff like that. I think that is very meditative and helps with suppressed anger. There are still people that I feel like I'm holding resentment towards. So I'm feeling that maybe writing a note to them, because it's such old resentment. I don't know if you relate, but it's really old stuff, like stuff that I should have let out then and there, but I didn't, because yeah, I'm just that girl. Suppression. So now I'm running over it over and over again in a way that's making me feel insane. But it was so long ago. I cannot bring it up. It's unreasonable. I know even from my end, if I bring it up now, it's just totally it's ridiculous. So we could explore into writing a note to anyone who you may feel resentment towards, who we can't express it to, even if it's someone small, or some insignificant figure that played a role that may have triggered your day, maybe an awkward experience at the shops or like outside. You could write a letter to that person too, or imagine yourself expressing yourself to that person. I'll definitely look into writing though, writing a letter and expressing myself via art. I feel like I need that. Yeah, I'm trying to look into the vibe of this card more. It's really direct, and I feel like we're also just. I feel like this card sums up the vibe. Let me actually read this too, because I think this really brings home everything that we're trying to do right now. And then after that, I think I just like to try to freestyle and try to get to the bottom of like the experiences of what we're seeing right now, just to round everything up as well, because I feel like I feel so shocked by everything and by even the vibe itself, that it feels like I saw it, this, it was called, they called it hypernormalization. Yeah, I think that's what they called it. I think that's the word. Hypernormalization. I feel like I'm in that state right now where everything is ridiculous, truly. And even the way I'm feeling, like the last time I felt this way was years ago when I was going through postpartum depression. And it was very, very bad. It was the worst depression that I've never experienced a sadness like that. And I can feel it creeping back. And even experiencing that, I'm feeling the sense of, oh, it's fine. It's fine. You know, insert that picture of of that dog burning in an office. Okay, 7 of Rods. I can't reiterate enough how much I appreciate interaction. I really don't do this. I mean, it is a lovely release, but I really value the opportunity to communicate with other people who may be feeling this way, because I really am not surrounded enough by people who even understand that shit's going down. Like, I feel very isolated where I'm at. Like, I don't think I'm enough, or I'm around enough people who I can connect about this with. So this card, 7 of Rods, and I think after this, I can close up. Yeah. So 7 of Rods, reaching for the sky. The 7 of Rods is a card of intention and drive, great opportunities, and high motivation. It can be seen as relentless striving or the forging of a path for others to follow, which I think is where we're at right now. Perhaps you sense an element of release or effort rewarded by one final push. It is not always necessary to let go of the safety net to reach high, but the moving rod is a reminder that timing is often crucial. When the time is right, everything can fall into place and the sky will invite you to reach it. However, a sense of weight or unwillingness may indicate that the time is not yet ripe, or that other aspects of life are calling for your attention. Yeah, the timing. Striving achievement, reaching for a high goal, upbeat, positive attitude against all odds, new exciting opportunities will be offered. Life changes through a step outside your normal barriers. I'm grateful to receive this card at this time. Thank you. Considering the energy, considering everything that we're dealing with, we're getting confirmation that everything is good. Everything is going according to plan, and there is a plan. So we have to totally surrender to it and keep keep holding hope, keep affirming. I'll repeat the affirmation that I had for myself. Okay. Keep affirming, I surrender to my will that which is, I'll fill it in here, that which is God's. We are one. And that means that you can even trust that you will make the right decision. You will make the needed decision at the exact time that you need to make the decision in order for life to happen exactly like it needs to. Like, everything is happening with really exact precision that we have to surrender to, that we have to trust. It's exhausting to surrender to, exhausting to trust. Very, very scary. Very, very scary. The universe is also saying, if you're experiencing financial restrictions right now, if access to resources or manifesting resources has been really difficult. I mean, it's the end of Jan, so we can all speak on the fact that financially things are tough. Everybody knows that this time of the year is crazy. So you're being acknowledged for that. Whatever money you need, or whatever resources you need, they will come to you exactly at the right time that you need them, exactly at the right time. And you can have faith that your angels are balancing the scales for you to be able to heal through everything properly. You're doing this properly. Like I mentioned earlier, this person looks mighty fit. They like look agile. This is work that we're doing. We're like exercising. And yeah, the work is to make sure that like this example sounds so lame now that I'm saying it, but anyway, the work is in ensuring that like our muscles are tight enough, that we're good, everything's looking good. You know how when you exercise, you have to make sure that you do the proper form, or else you might pull a tendon or something like that. Same thing in this spiritual journey that we're on. The timing has to be right. The sequencing has to be right. We're feeling ultra super heavy and depressed right now for a reason. It's the time. That's actually something I mentioned in the video. It's just time to feel this way. And we can surrender to that. We really can. I think that the energy of this card really, really brought everything home. I don't think there's anything more for me to say or to reference. I don't know why or what this may have to do with anything, but I really love the way she's adorned. I love her jewels and like how sure of herself she looks. There's a burning volcano at the back of her, and it's black and it's kind of scary, but she looks very certain. And same thing with the King of Rods as well. Regardless of the murky nature of his backgrounds, he still seems very determined, very, very determined. So yeah, I like how these cards are also indicating that we've got a good control of our mind and spirit, the king and queenness of it all, the balance. I feel like we're doing really, really well. We really are, and it's crazy to believe considering how we feel, but everything's going according to plan. Everything is fine. We're fine. Everything's fine. We just have to just wait it out. Wait it out. Let's see. There's the 7 and that's 8. 15. Maybe by the 15th of Feb. I hope we have a cute Valentine. Oh my gosh. Ugh, and I know that stuff is like, oh, capitalistic, whatever. But maybe, by the 15th of Feb, maybe something cute's gonna, something cute might happen. I think we can look forward to that day and that month anyway. I love tapping into the romance of the 14th of Feb. Like the frequency genuinely does feel so loving on that day. I love it. It's so cute. Yeah, I'm trying to make sure that I don't miss out on any vibe or channeling that might want to be said right now. Yeah. We're being acknowledged for how we feel. We're really not alone. There is light. There is hope. We're doing really, really well. We're doing really well. Yeah. I don't have anything else to say. I don't have anything else to say. I don't think there's anything else to add. Oh, I'm seeing 3 of Cups here. If you should make plans to call a friend or hang out with a friend. Make plans to connect with someone who makes you feel safe. Go out of your way to connect with someone who makes you feel good. Yeah, and who makes you feel safe. I generally struggle with that when I'm feeling this way. So I wonder how I am going to activate that. The moon is coming up as well, so maybe by the next moon cycle. Oh, I figured now is the new moon vibe. Hey, so maybe we should do some intention. Set new intentions. I'm actually not an intention person because I've surrendered to the mind that everything's gonna happen anyway. So I'd rather just I don't know. I've already surrendered to the flow of my life. So maybe I'll try intentions. Maybe that's what we should. I'll do that. Okay. I'll go forever pulling cards if I continue on. But all in all is well. Oh wow. Happy birthday in advance. I can imagine. That's pretty interesting. And all Aquariuses normally feel the same way about their birthday. It's such an interesting, or I guess, okay, all the Aquariuses in my life. My sister's birthday's tomorrow. And yeah, she tends to have that emotion too. I really hope that you can, I think birthdays are so important. And it can be such a spiritually significant, like, light of the day for people in my life. I love using birthdays as an opportunity to come full circle with the fact that they're alive at all. And it may not feel that way now, but girl, thank you for being alive, thank you for being alive. So yeah, I hope that you can feel that in your heart on the day that you wake up. I think you'll get a gift that'll turn the day around for you. Be open-hearted. I hope you can be open on that day. Be open to surprises. Yeah. Everything will be okay. Everything will be okay. I loved doing this. This really is a cathartic thing. I hope I can find a way to do this more often sincerely and not in a way that makes me feel like a machine. I really, really do love this. I'm grateful for everyone present. Thank you, Pearl. Thank you so much. Yes, really. And yeah, until next time.